So, Joe, you first shared your ideas about Coaching Club with me a month or so ago. Tell me why you created clubs.
Well, really partly because the challenges that a lot of my clients face in terms of long working days and, sitting at a desk for hours on end and not even getting lunch. And also my own experience of, working at home, especially during lockdown, although that was a few years ago. But it does seem to have um, seeped into the way that we work, the way that we worked in lockdown.
Yeah,
People sitting at home for hours on end, going from Zoom or Teams meeting to the next meeting, and just you know really feeling isolated.
yeah,
And yeah, so those two things together, and my experience of now that I meet up with people um, face to face, how much I enjoy that face to face contact and sitting together, and sometimes maybe having lunch together or coffee and cake together,
yeah.
and just how positive those conversations have been. I think it'd be nice to open that up to a lot more people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, I agree. And you used a word, and I loved it when you mentioned it to me when we were talking. You said that you wanted to create a nurturing space for people. So tell me what that could mean for people.
Yeah, well, there's two parts to that. There's the emotional nurturing of having a place to connect with people and to be heard, listened to, and also the physical nurturing of giving them lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
just a light lunch, nothing too much.
Yeah, what a treat to come and have some lunch. That
Yeah,
you have to prepare yourself.
yes. So don't worry about packing your packed lunch that morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's another thing off the tick list.
It is another thing, Jen.
Yeah.
And who would you think coaching lunch clubs are best designed for?
Well, I think
Right,
partly,
you again. That wasn't wasn't very well put together.
hello.
Who are coaching lunch clubs for, Joe?
Well, therefore, anyone really who's maybe at a crossroads in their life and or feeling feeling that what they're doing isn't working for them, or maybe because the way things are, especially in the NHS at the moment, maybe they're taking voluntary redundancy and they're thinking, what next?
Yeah.
So it's very much about being at a crossroads in life and wondering what next and having the support to explore that in a safe place.
Okay. Lovely. And what can people expect when they come along to coaching lunch club?
Well, first of all, to be welcomed and to have a small group of people to build a relationship with over some months. That's what they choose to, if they choose to join. Um, and I think the first thing would be the free taster. So it's very much a taster. See how this works for you before you actually commit to it, and a nice lunch.
And, and something that was really important when we were designing this experience with the venues
Yeah.
that you chose. So, what can people expect from the venues?
Well, that they're very pleasant places to be. They feel calm and serene, and yeah. So two of our venues are in Shrewsbury. So it is a very local thing for our area. And two of the venues are in Telford, so or in the Telford and Wrekin area at any rate, rather than central Telford. We look forward to, you know, greeting people from across the county And once they've got them up and running, hopefully we'll be able to expand into other areas not too far away.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. People have a true sense of their community as well, the local community, which
Yeah,
yeah.
indeed. Right. So Laura, what actually happens in a lunch club? What does the typical session look like?
So people can expect to come together in small groups. We've said that a maximum of 8 people will be in our coaching groups, and the group will at each session somebody will bring a problem or something, an issue that they want to talk about. So we'll hear from 2 people typically in a group. We'll have the opportunity to ask some really open questions, kind of explore the issues with people, and give that opportunity to collectively support that individual while they come to some actions or decisions that they want to make that they take out of the room. So that's kind of very practical, what people can expect to experience. Jo, you and I will be there. We're coaches and we're action learning set facilitators as well. So I like to think our role is to shepherd people through a process rather than to impose ideas or to give solutions. That's not how the groups will work. But give opportunity for people to speak, to be heard, to be listened, perhaps have some different questions that you wouldn't normally ask yourself or have asked of you by people who you're normally around. So that's the practical process has been in coaching lunch club would be. More generally, people will expect to build a network of people, to have really great conversations, perhaps share experiences, because we all bring our different experiences, and sometimes you can feel a bit isolated going through your little path in the world, and it's so lovely to work with other people and realise that there are different things happening, or that someone's got the experience that you're currently in and benefit from having conversations when you're working together.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at this point it's worth kind of going back to the idea of a safe space and how important the confidentiality will be. So
yeah, absolutely. So part of our first couple of sessions coming together, we call it a group contract or a group agreement, and we'll agree how we will work together in that group. And also confidentiality is absolutely implicit. There'll be no discussions about what's happening outside of coaching club.
Absolutely. Thank you, Laura. So what's the biggest real change that you've seen someone making as a result of this process?
Yeah, so I've been running action learning sets now for a while, and there's a theme that I hear from people that come to action learning. So they're people who have worked really hard, they're very successful in their positions, they've got busy lives in all sense of the word of life, and they really want to start to think differently or start to think about what's next for me. And the biggest transformation I've seen is somebody who came to an action learning set who described just that, really experienced, worked really hard in really challenging circumstances in the NHS. So she led a frontline service through pandemic, and then obviously people are settling back in now and starting to think about what's next. Her team were very well respected. She was respected as a manager. And whilst all that looked really great on paper, she just felt like there was something else. There was the next thing, and she didn't know how to do the next thing. And she brought this conversation. This was one of the things she wanted to discuss at set. And through the conversation in the room, we watched her think about what was possible and what she really wanted to put her energy into and where she wanted to go next. So she left with some really great actions around enrolling on some further leadership development. She looked into what her organisation could offer and got a place onto that leadership development programme. She actually resigned from her post and secured another post working with a different team in a different part of the NHS, and has contacted me following the set to say that she hadn't realised how easier things would be at home in terms of her personal relationships, because she had time at home to be present and truly have deep conversations with people. She had more time to exercise and do the things that she really enjoyed. So it was a really, a really simple conversation, a really organic conversation that happened in Action Learning Set that then led that person to make some really big decisions. So it was a big transformation for her.
That's a really inspiring story, Laura, and it really chimes with my experience of being a member of an Action Learning Set, and also of, facilitating them. That some amazing things happen as a result of those conversations.
They do. They're really powerful, and it's brilliant. I've had the opportunity of working in Action Learning Sets, and I've had the opportunity of working with coaches personally, as well as being a coach and a facilitator. And I would say that, without sounding too emotional, Action Learning Sets feel really magical because people help each other. There's a real camaraderie, there's a network, and we have quite meaningful conversations in a way that people feel safe to do so. And there's some real transformation that happens by being part of the set that it's hard to find words to describe, but to see it happening it's truly a privilege.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Should we go into what people can take away each time?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
So, Jo, the coaching lunch clubs that we'll be offering will be a monthly meeting.
Yeah.
What can people expect to take away from each session that they come along to?
Well, I think a building sense of community and support from each other. Also, learning themselves how to ask good questions.
Yeah.
Learning from each other as well. And which is a transferable skill back into their workplace, of course.
Absolutely.
And just, I think that sense of camaraderie makes such a difference. So it's the relationship stuff that builds trust from one month to the next.
Yeah. And that network of people that you can lean into at various points outside of the group as well can be so powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant.
And if people wanted to join Coaching Lunch Club, how would they do that? What do they need to do?
Well, they follow the link underneath this video to our booking page, which has all the latest venues and dates for the lunch club, and sign up for a free taster session. And I think it's important to remember that this is a free session. It's a taster. Try it out, see how it suits you. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. But if it's something that you really find valuable, then you can sign up then for a monthly subscription.
Perfect. So it's easier than you might think.
Much easier, yeah.
And if there is somebody who wasn't quite sure yet about joining Coaching Lunch Club, what would your message be to them?
Well, it would be, again, to say there's nothing lost in trying it. So, come along, book in for a free taster session, and it is a taster, and it's well worth trying.
Yes.
Who knows? You might find it really magical yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
The last questions, yeah.
Oh, yeah. One message we want people to hear. Oh no, we've done that really. So Laura, what do you hope people understand about the value of this space?
I think that Coaching Lunch Club gives you some space and time to think in an undisturbed way. In a really, as we've said, we've picked spaces that are lovely places to be in.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my message would be, if you feel like you need to just take a pause, take a step, have a think about what's next for you, what's possible, where you want to go, coming to something like our Coaching Lunch Club gives you that space and that time to think and breathe and perhaps slow down your thinking, slow down your decision making. You can do that in a warm, safe, structured space with people who can help you through that process.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Laura.
Perfect.
Yeah. So shall we do the longer one another time, do you think?
I've got time. What time is it? 1 o'clock. I've got time, but do you need to go and do something else?
I do really, yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
I don't think it will take too long, and hopefully I will avoid all the traps.
Oh, that's
You
cool.
never know.
I would have done the same thing, and I could have asked you. I didn't even notice the script the first time for ages. When would you be free? Just looking at my calendar. Hang on. When were you thinking? When were you free to do the longer one?
Well, I could do it tomorrow if you're free. I mean,
yeah, I can do. I've got something in the morning now that I've released the morning in my diary, but I could do 1 till 2.
Yep, I could do that.
Does that work? Fabulous.
That works beautifully.
Excellent.
Okay. So, yeah. I call it YouTube too.
I'll go and watch the video you sent to me properly instead of half watching it, which is what I did.
Don't worry. Do not worry. I'll put an hour in, but we probably won't need that long, will we?
No, that's fine.
Oh no, I need to make Zoom. Add a Zoom meeting. Right. Okay, brilliant.
Perfect.
I will send that to you. Brilliant. Okay. I don't think there's anything else we need, is there? I'll spend some time this afternoon trying to edit it.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Well, then I guess that will work for tomorrow as well. If there's anything we haven't got quite right, or you want to make sure we've covered it, we can do that tomorrow too as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. I feel like I said I've had fun. Have a lovely evening and see you tomorrow.
See you then. Bye.
Bye.